Hi, I'm Chris James, and you're watching A Healthy Alternative. Today, we are going to be interviewing Kimberly. We're going to be finding out some of the things that she went through, some of the things she was struggling with, and some of the things she was able to overcome based on her health changes. So stay tuned and find out next. Okay, AHA family, I've got an exciting announcement to make. Finally, the AHA Fasting Academy is debuting. We are officially open for business. So if you have been looking for a place where you can learn how to lose weight quickly, effectively, naturally, and also keep the weight off, this is the place for you. If you've been looking for a place where you can learn how to heal all sorts of diseases quickly, safely, and naturally, this is the place for you. We've got a ton of things coming in the future. We're rolling out things constantly. We've got quizzes included in order to keep you engaged. We're going to be having a Facebook style interaction where we've got a wall you can post, you can like, you can share pictures. We've got group set up so you guys can get smaller group engagement going on if you want to. We're going to be rolling out discounts on merchandise and services, as well as offering exclusive features right there on the Academy. In addition to that, I will be adding to the courses. We currently have 6 courses they take you from A to Z, from beginner faster to expert fasting, as well as we talk about diet and nutrition. And then we've also got a weight loss challenge in there for you all, but I'll be adding stuff frequently. We're also going to be offering you a monthly question and answer call so you can actually talk to me in real time and get answers for anything that you need. So it's an amazing place. It's really, really nice in there. I definitely want you guys to come check it out. The ahafastingacademy.com. That's AHA fastingacademy.com. I'll see you on the inside. All right, Kimberly, we got you.
Okay.
So just so everybody has, a little background information about who you are and, what you were kind of dealing with, if you want to just give us a little bit of information about like, where were you before you kind of started your health journey, or what kind of inspired you to want to make some changes in your life?
Okay. Well, I've always been a chubby girl, so I was struggling to lose the weight. I was at about 315 pounds. So for a year and a half, I've been wanting to lose the weight. So I've tried a lot of different things. And one morning I just woke up and I was on YouTube and I was like, what are ways to lose weight? And I came across this video on Good Morning America of someone who was talking about intermittent fasting. And I said, okay, well, let me try this. And I went on Google and I researched what was intermittent fasting. So I came across your page of A Healthy Alternative and I was looking at your videos and I said, well, let me try this.
Mhm.
So that's how I came across fasting. So that's what, from that day forward, February 1st, 2018, that's when I started my journey of fasting.
Okay, so you've been at it for about a year now.
Yes, about a year.
That's cool. All right. That's a great reference point. So you started off at 315 pounds. Before trying fasting, had you tried other like diet plans or, different ways of eating?
Yes, I tried. I tried diets, I tried exercising, and I tried a lot of different things, and nothing really worked for me. If I lose the weight, I gain it back in a couple of weeks. So this is the only thing that's really worked for me
Hmm.
besides dieting. Honestly, dieting doesn't really work for me.
Right, right. I think one of the things that I noticed is when it comes to dieting, we have this idea in our head that, okay, there's like a normal way of eating, and then when you're dieting, it's abnormal. And when you're dieting, it's always like a healthier thing, but that's like the abnormal thing to do. And it
Yes.
just seems like for a lot of people, it's not sustainable.
Mm,
So what I always try and encourage people to do is look at healthy eating or healthy eating habits as a lifestyle, not like a diet, not temporary. Um, and then take your time and kind of, walk into it and eliminate things slowly. Um,
mm.
so out of curiosity, I know you said you were dealing with the weight. Did you have any other health issues that you wanted to, see? Were you even aware of the fact that fasting could heal you in other ways?
Not until I came across your videos. I was pre-diabetic. So, well, now I'm out of that, but I was
Oh, wow.
pre-diabetic. That was my only health issue. But other than that, everything was okay with me.
Okay. Well, that's huge though, because as I mentioned, John earlier, John, he actually was pre-diabetic, and there's a lot of diabetics and pre-diabetics out there, especially in the United States. It's huge out here. So for people to hear that, you were able to get out of that pre-diabetic range with your fasting regimen, I'm sure that'll be, helpful for people.
Yes.
So February 18th, you said you
February 1st.
Okay, February 1st, 2018.
Yes.
You started with intermittent fasting. What was your schedule like?
The first day I tried the 16 hours.
Okay.
And that worked out pretty good for me. And then the next day I went into 24. So I worked my way up from the first day to 16, then 24, and then I tried the 48. Then I went into 72. So every time I would go longer until I reached the 5 days. And then I went backwards. So I went 16, 24, 72, and that's how I went. And then I came back to the 16.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yes.
I never heard that one before.
Yeah.
So no, was every day, it was consecutive, so it took you, roughly 2 weeks to complete this entire process, or?
Yes.
Okay. That's interesting. I think that actually might be fun for people to, number one, it allows you to kind of progressively increase your fast so that you're not like going full bore, but then also you reach a peak and then you kind of step back down, and that's really, I like that.
That's how I did mine.
So, all right. So like, let's say you did we'll call it one cycle. You go from, 16-hour fast to 72-hour or 24-hour to 72-hour. So, and then you come back down. So that's one cycle. So how often would you do this intermittent fasting? Was it continuous?
Well, I did that for about 3 months.
Okay.
And then when I saw I was losing the weight so rapidly, I stopped. And then I just went to, the most I would go was 96 hours. I wouldn't go past 96 hours.
Okay.
Yes. When I had reached more or less the 250 from the 315.
250, you said?
When I got to 250, I stopped doing I stopped from the 120 hours. I
Mm-hmm.
just went to 96 the most. And then I would come back up.
Okay. So if my math is right, you lost about 65 pounds in 3 months.
About that in 3 months.
Wow. Wow. And okay. So that's really interesting. I really, really like that. I think I'm actually going to start promoting that because it sounds really good. And obviously you got great results from doing it. So then the big question would be, when you were eating, what did you eat?
Well, my first couple of months, I mostly eat fruits.
Okay.
I was eating mostly fruits, and then after that, I started eating like maybe flour, a little bit of flour, wheat flour.
Mm-hmm.
And then after my first 4 months, then I started eating somewhat normal.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And so what would you consider that? Can you give us like an idea?
Oh boy.
Don't
My
worry. Don't
normal,
worry. We're not going to judge you.
my normal would be anything, pizza, burger, ice cream, anything. Like I would have those moments like after a month, I would say, okay, I will treat myself.
Uh-huh.
So I would treat myself to eat whatever I wanted, however I wanted. I would just forget that I'm fasting. I would forget that I'm on a diet. I forget anything, whatever I was doing, I forgot it. I
Yeah.
just anything from pizza, burger, ice cream, anything. I
Okay.
had no limits when I had my break.
But see, the thing about it is, I think personally, especially when you're transitioning or you're kind of new to it, it's really good to have that balance. Because I know that you mentioned that control, regaining control was something that you were able to overcome during this process. So do you feel like by creating this fasting regimen and then allowing yourself, you decided, hey, all right, I'm going to treat myself and just eat whatever I want. Did that help you kind of establish control in your life?
Yes, because like to me, doing that was perfect for me because I said as a reward at the end of the month. So I said, okay, at the end of the month, I could do whatever I want and I will gain maybe 2-3 pounds and I'm good. I could go right back and I'll lose it. So I saw it as a reward at the end of the month.
Okay. Hey, I like it because a lot of people have this issue with control, whether it's binge eating or other aspects of their life. And I think that when you're able to accomplish some of these fasting achievements, it does give you a sense of control and empowerment in all aspects of life. So that's perfect. So then so you said when you would eat kind of crazy, how long would that last?
Well, I would do it for like 1 day, maybe 2 days the most, and I
Oh,
would go right back into my fasting because I didn't want it to get too much out of control.
right. Okay. It's funny because I actually, when I very first started doing fasting, I did something similar. So I think we all love pizza. Like I think that's
Yeah.
like a like a worldwide thing.
Yes.
But what I would do is I would fast for, X amount of days. I was doing like maybe 10 days, 14 days. And then at the end of the month, I would be like, okay, I'll have one pizza at the end of the month. And I'd order a large pizza.
Um,
So, and it worked out. And
yes, because you have to be able to not cut out everything. Because for me, if I would have cut out everything, I would be missing something. So if
right,
I know that I'm not missing anything, because I know, okay, at the end of the month, I could just have that. So
right.
that's how I looked at it.
That's good.
Yeah.
I really like that. So I know that you said that you were dealing with the pre-diabetic condition. Were there symptoms associated with it, or were you just going and you got tested? How did you know that you had it, and then how did you know that you didn't have it anymore?
I got tested. I went to the doctor, and they said I was pre-diabetic. But after I've lost all the weight, well, after I've lost the weight, I went back and I'm clear from that.
Okay. Well, was that after you lost the first 65 pounds, like after the first 3 months, or when did you get your second checkup?
Like 3 months ago.
Okay.
Maybe 3 months ago, yes.
Okay, cool. So, just to put things in perspective for the, viewers, it doesn't take long to see these types of changes. I mean, losing, almost 70 pounds in 3 months, and then within roughly uh, 8 or 9 months, becoming, like losing the pre-diabetic condition. So I
Yes.
think that's very encouraging.
Yes.
Outside of weight loss, I'm just curious, did you notice anything else that, you really enjoyed about the process?
I don't know. I just look forward to fasting. Like when I eat, I would get bored. Like I'm tired of eating all the time. If I eat too much,
Really?
yes, I get bored of eating now. Like I look forward to fasting. I enjoy the challenge. I look at it as a challenge, and I
Hmm.
enjoy the challenge.
That's really cool. You seem to have had like just a really uh, you know, kind of easygoing experience. I don't know. You just jumped right in and came up with a process that was good for you. A lot of people struggle just figuring out what regimen's going to work for them, and then finding that balance. And then, of course, a lot of people they just hate fasting. They're always like, "Oh, I want to eat." Uh, I actually think I had a similar process too. I got to a point where I was like, I really don't want to eat, you know
Yeah.
and like it would encourage me to like go to the gym. Like I wanted to treat my body better. It was really weird. I just had like this instinct. I was like, yeah, I need to go to the gym and drink more water and all that stuff.
Yes. I mean, thanks to you because when I got into it my first week, I watched your videos all week. I would watch your videos all week, and I remember you saying, take your time with it. You have to have a balance. So from just listening to your videos, watching your videos, I watch your brother videos, and I'm like, okay, then as long as I have a balance, I know what I'm doing, and then I fell in love with fasting, and it's my thing now. I love to fast.
Yeah. So now that you've been at it for a year, do you feel like you can still like kind of eat like you always did? You just eat less often. Is that kind of like what does your week look like now? You eat regularly and then you do a little bit of fasting. Like how do you kind of handle things now?
Well, now for the last month I've been eating every day. I eat every day.
Okay.
One Just once a day. I do OMAD once a day.
Okay.
and I would work out. I work out very hard because I want to tighten up. So I work out a lot. And then recently, like I said, oh, I don't want to be eating every day. So now I'm back on fasting.
You couldn't
I
stay
really don't,
away.
I don't enjoy eating every day now. Like I find it odd to be eating every day.
Yeah.
I don't enjoy it anymore.
That's so funny because I don't know about for the audience, she's from Belize. That's where the accent is. But I don't know how it is in Belize, but here I know that we're taught from little babies that you're supposed to eat 3 meals a day. And
Yes.
what I noticed was if you observe children, not like infants, but like, younger kids, they oftentimes will tell you they're not hungry. And we as adults or parents, we tend to like tell them, no, you need to eat. You need to finish all your food. And so we like kind of create these bad habits.
Mhm.
Is that the same in Belize where you guys kind of,
It's the same.
yeah.
It's the
Okay.
same. Because when I started my weight loss journey, I was so scared to tell my mom. When my mom saw me losing the weight, I said, oh, the diet, I'm dieting, I would tell her in my language, I did diet, ma. But I'm telling her that I'm dieting, but I really wasn't. And when I finally told her, her reaction was the best. She said,
Really?
okay. Yeah, her reaction was the best. She said, okay. And then when she saw me lose all the weight, she's like, now you can stop. You look good. But when I tell other people, boy, I'm telling you, they're like, oh, you're going to kill yourself. I never worried about what anyone had to say. I just watch my videos of you
Mm,
and I'm good. I know what I'm doing is good.
that's good. I mean, it sounds like you have I feel like you were determined. You were
I
determined
am.
and you knew what you wanted. And everyone isn't blessed with that determination. A lot of people are very, wishy-washy, or they're not sure, or they're listening to other people. And I'm like you. So like when I very first started doing this, people told me I was gonna kill myself, I was gonna die, I was gonna do permanent damage. I heard everything.
Yeah.
And
We're
it's
still alive, so
right. And
we're doing something
thriving.
right.
Yeah, I mean, you look great. Um,
Thank you.
yeah, seriously. I mean, I don't know, it's probably because you got that natural light and you're like in the tropical area and everything. That's where I'm
Thank
trying to get,
you.
man. One of these days I'd like to move to, or not maybe permanently, but maybe have a house or something in a tropical area.
You would love it here. It's beautiful. You would love it.
Fresh fruit. Do you have just fruit trees just kind of grow around?
Yes, and mostly like in the villages, not in the city. I live
Oh,
in the city,
oh,
so we have a market, but the fruits are so cheap. I would go whenever I eat, whenever I break my fast, I break it with fruit. So I would go to the market and I would buy $5 worth of fruits, and that would last me like a week.
really?
Yeah.
it's it
So,
that's insane. Here, I went to the grocery store, I don't know, maybe yesterday, and I got 2 bags of food. It's mostly produce, just a small bit of some, other things, and it was like $70.
oh no, you need to move to Belize because
Yeah,
your 250 US would be like $5 Belize for us
right.
because your money is double our money.
Oh yeah, yeah. I need to come
Yeah.
down there. If nothing else, I'm gonna take a trip one of these days, and spend a couple days down there, get some fresh air.
Yeah, you should. Whenever you decide to come, you could give me a call. I'll show
Let
you
you know.
different areas and different places you should visit to see our beautiful country.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Actually, one of the things I'd like to do, and I don't know how this will work out and when, but at some point in time, I think it'd be great if we were able to do like a group trip, maybe like a cruise, or staying at like a resort or something like that, and we can all kind of hang out, meet, and just enjoy, some fresh fruit and some fresh air and some water.
That would be nice.
Yeah.
That would be good.
Belize would be a good option, a good place to do that, or
It, yeah.
South America in general is kind of like a good place.
Mhm.
So would you say, you didn't mention, did you have a particular weight loss goal in mind, or was it just kind of like are you gonna stop like if you get to a certain weight, or do you just kind of want to keep going with it and see where your body settles?
I think I want to keep going with it. At first, I said, I really want to get out of 300. I
Right.
want to reach 250. And when I got to 250, I said, I'm still too big. So let me try 220. And then when I got to 220, I said, let me try 210. And then I'm now at 210. I'm like, okay, let me try 190. So I'm going up as I go along.
Uh-huh.
I know I don't want to get too small, but I know I want to get maybe 180.
Mm.
I don't want to go farther than that, but I'll be okay at 180. So I'm going for that now.
Okay. My sister Siobhan, who I'm sure you're probably familiar
Yes.
with, so she started off at 357, I think it was, and she's down to. Dang, I just did. She lost 140 pounds.
Yeah.
So I remember when we were talking, when we were originally talking, I think she told me that she wanted to be maybe around 200 pounds. And I was like, look, I said, I think you should get down to like 145, 150. And it was scary for her because I guess we have in our mind this vision of ourselves at that weight. We think, oh, we're going to look too small. But it's funny, like you lose weight very proportionately, which I'm sure you've noticed. And you really look better than what you imagined you would look, smaller.
Exactly.
So I think it's good that you have an open mind. You know, I was going to suggest that if you did have a weight loss goal, I was going to suggest having an open mind and just letting the process run its course. And, you know, everyone kind of out there watching, that would be my suggestion, to not have a hard weight loss goal. Like, oh, once I lose 50 pounds or once I get to 200 pounds, I'm done. Let your body just naturally settle. Just keep doing the right things.
Yeah, and I think with the fasting too, if you have a goal and you can't really stop, because it's like what you always say, it's not a diet, it's a lifestyle. So if you stop and go back eating normal, you gain all the weight back. So
That's true.
you have to keep on going. You have to have a balance. So I have a balance, and I'm open to wanting to go lower and lower. I'm not in a rush to get there like I
Right.
was from the 315.
Which makes sense because at 350, you know, there's other issues, kind of like the pre-diabetes and stuff like that, that you start seeing, and it starts to eat away at your lifespan. So you definitely, I can understand, boom, get out of that as quickly as possible. But yeah, I mean, you look good. I mean, I'm sure at this point in time, and I just did the update interview with Siobhan, and we were talking about how she's been able to just be consistent, and her body is just doing things she's never done. And it's so cool being able to see her change her style, the way she dresses, and become more confident. And, you know, it's just been
And
a
she has
pleasure.
no loose skin too. As I saw her, she posted up a picture, and I'm like, wow, she has no loose skin. She looks good. She looks
Yeah,
good.
yeah, she has no loose skin. It's Yeah, it's just been amazing. I love fasting. I love being able to share these stories. People are so encouraged. You know, your story, I know people are going to grab a couple good nuggets, because I was like, yo, I like that. So I think people are going to really like the idea of trying your schedule of, you know, going up and then coming back down. And then, of course, you know, exercising can play a big role, especially for those who don't want to, you know, slim down too much. You can
Mhm.
always replace the white adipose tissue or the fat with muscle, you
Yeah.
know, by exercising.
For me, when I exercise and fast, I lose the weight rapidly. Because if I was to fast today and I exercise, I'll be losing like 6 to 7 pounds in a day. So like I try to balance. If I exercise, then I eat. But
Okay.
because I don't want to be losing it so rapidly, like I get scared sometimes, and when I lose it so fast, I'm like, okay, this is too much for one day, so I will just
uh,
thing. But it works. Like I said, I love fasting. It's the only thing that works for me.
that's cool. So it's sustainable. It works. You've actually grown to love fasting as you went through the process. I mean, I don't. It doesn't really get any better than that. I see a very bright future for you.
Yes. If you
So,
trust the process, it works. You have to trust it, and you have to believe that it works.
right. And I think what probably helped you out too is you were watching the video, so you got to see people's struggles, and you kind of had an idea of what to expect. Did you throughout the whole process, did you actually experience anything abnormal, like detox symptom wise?
Um, Not really. The only thing I didn't really like about it was the bad breath in the beginning. I hated the bad breath. I'm like, oh gosh, I can't deal with this bad breath. But after a while, I got used to it, and now I don't even have bad breath no more. So
Really?
it's like after a while, it just went away. But the detox, no, nothing. No,
Wow.
I guess I'm been so busy. Sometimes I'm at work and then I come home. I don't have any kids, but I live with my husband. I have my two little brothers living with me and my niece. So I'm so busy. I come home, I do everything normal, fasting or not. I do everything normal. I cook, I clean, I do everything.
That's I mean, that's really encouraging. You know, people sometimes people comment on my videos and they're like, you guys talk about fasting like it's easy. You make it sound so easy. It's not that easy. And I'm like, I mean, we're just talking about our experience. We're not going out of our way to make it sound easier than what it is.
Exactly. But it's all in the mind. Like for me, I thought it was going to be difficult. And the more I'm going like, wow, this is the easiest. This is so easy. It's easy once you put your mind to it. You have to have a goal and you have to be determined to do it.
Absolutely. How did your husband feel about it?
He was very supportive. He was supportive. Like he said, I can't do it. He always tell me, I will never do that. I won't do it. And he see me do it and he look at me like, wow, you look great.
Yeah.
But I can't do that. Even I have a friend of mine, she's like, oh, she said, I'm proud of you because that's something you can do. Like we go to lunch together and she eats and I look at her eating and it doesn't even bother me one bit.
Yeah.
But who my inner circle, everybody is very supportive.
That's
So that's
good.
one good thing, yeah.
That's important. And I think that, you know, for a lot of people who don't have that support, it can be a challenge because if you have to either lie, if you have to lie about it to the people around you, that can, you know, that could create more negative energy around the idea of it. Or if people find out and they're really like, I know a lot of people, their friends and family will try to offer them food and, you know, really just trip them up.
Yeah.
So having that support's important. And I would say that if you're out there and you don't have that good support system, join the Facebook group because I mean the Facebook group is very supportive, and you know you do kind of build relationships with people where they kind of feel like they're your family, and
Exactly.
they can help you get through a lot of that stuff and also answer a lot of questions.
Yes, it's true. And one thing too, what I think for me, like I cut back on a lot of things. Like if I know that we'll be having a birthday party or someone's birthday is coming up, if I know I'm fasting, I won't go. I'll stay at home. I'll be like, okay, they'll understand. I'm not eating today, so I won't go. Or I'll
Mm.
schedule myself around it to be like, okay, then next week, Thursday, some such and such birthday, they'll be having a party. Let me fast, and on that day, I'll be able to eat and enjoy with them. But I just try to make a balance. I just try to
Right.
schedule myself.
I mean, you're doing everything right. I can see why your process has been so smooth because you're literally textbook. You're doing everything right. Scheduling your fasts around events, avoiding them altogether. I get so many questions like, Chris, you know, what do I do when my friends ask me to go out? Tell them that you don't want to go out. Tell them if you want to tell them you're fasting. Tell them whatever. Just, you know, if you know that you're going to be in a position where you're going to be tempted to do something that you know you don't need to do, just don't go.
Yes.
So I mean that's beautiful.
Thanks to you because honestly, your group and the Facebook group and your videos, that's all I needed. I did whenever someone would say something negative, because a lot of people ask when I post my picture on Facebook, how are you doing it? I'm so skeptical. I'm saying what I'm doing because I don't want the negative comments or the backlash. So I would lie. And
Yeah.
now I'm just honest, I don't care anymore. Like my friends, when I post up my before and afters, a lot of my friends message me, what are you doing? You know, and I tell them I'm fasting some days, I eat some days I don't. And 95% of them will say, I can't do that. Right
Right.
away. I can't do that. I'm going to die. And I just say, okay,
Right.
that's you.
That's and actually that's one of the things I struggled with when I very first started sharing this information, because I'm very passionate. So when someone's struggling, I have a family member who's like really really overweight or really really sick, and either they ask me what can they do, or I try to offer help and they don't take it. It really really upsets me.
Yeah.
So John actually had to tell me, like, Chris, you can't get upset at people. You have to just let it go. And eventually I learned how to just let it go, but it was difficult for me.
Yeah, well, for me, okay, you don't want to try it. I know it worked for me. I'm good. That's on you because you have to want it. I can't tell you to want it. So if you don't want it, then what's the point of me forcing you to do it? Because it has to come from you in order for you to do it. So I just say what I do. If you can't do it, if you want my help, I'll help. If you want my advice, if we want us to do it together, because even from the Facebook group of that you have,
Hmm.
a lot of people, when I posted my picture, I got a lot of messages, and I'm like, okay, you want us to do it together? Let's do it together. So I would do it with someone from the group. Like one week, I'm like, okay, let's do it together, and we will do something together.
See, that's beautiful. I love to hear that. Obviously, we've got a pretty large group, so I have no idea what goes on behind the scenes a lot of times. But to hear that, other members are encouraging each other and working with each other. I mean, I knew it was going on, but it's always really nice to hear it. Um, there's been a few people that I've actually talked to who said that they had little groups that maybe 3 or 4 people and they would fast together and encourage each other, and it makes it so much easier.
Yes, the Facebook group is very, very supportive, very supportive. Like that's my go-to for the day. Like if I know I'm going to fast, I go on the healthy alternative page and I will just read stories and I'm like, okay, good. That keeps me going.
Keeps you going.
Yes.
Well, I mean, I think that you, especially because you started this young, so if you maintain this, you're going to not only increase your lifespan, but one of the really important benefits is it slows down aging, a lot. And also it keeps you from having to worry about really really bad diseases down the road.
Yeah.
you know so there's a lot of preventative benefits to fasting and maintaining a fasting lifestyle, which is what I try to get people to understand, because some people look at fasting as just weight loss, but it's like, but if you think about all the benefits, it's really good to just do, like you said, as a lifestyle.
Yes.
So, well, is there anything that you wanted to add? Any nuggets?
Well, for whoever is out there struggling, just trust the process and just know whatever you're doing, it will work eventually. Just as long as you're determined to do it, it will work. Determination is the key.
Definitely. Definitely. And I mean, I had, there was somebody in the group actually posted, I think yesterday, and they were saying that they fasted for 10 days and they gained weight. Now, I
Wow.
haven't got a chance to get a reply from them, because I wanted to be clear on what they were saying, because they were taking apple cider vinegar. So they weren't doing a pure water fast.
Okay.
Were you doing pure water fasting, or did you take any type of supplements or anything like that?
Pure water fasting.
Okay.
And then I saw a video you did with this guy who lost over 200 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
He said he did dry fasting. I think that was in November. So I started dry fasting in November after I saw his video. So all along I was doing water fasting. I
Okay.
never really did dry fasting until November. I learned about the dry fasting. But I prefer dry fasting over water because when I drink the water, I get hungry for some
Yep.
reason.
Yep.
And now, if I do dry fast, then I don't get so hungry.
Yeah, intermittent dry fasting is a game changer. Uh,
Yes.
like you said, you don't get the hunger pangs, and it actually is more effective. It's really good for tightening up the skin. There's a lot of benefits to dry fasting that people you wouldn't think, because I was taught that if you go 3 days without drinking water, you die.
Yeah.
So I did my first dry fast, and it was 6 days, and
Okay.
I'm still here, so I guess that wasn't true.
Yeah,
But
I haven't tried 6. The most I've done is 3 days. I haven't done more than 3 days dry fasting as yet. But
that's
one day
good.
I'll try it.
Yeah, I mean, I think at the end of the day, when it comes to dry fasting, you got to be a little bit more careful. Now, you want to make sure you prepare and you drink your water, you eat some fruit, and get some good structured water in you. But as long as you do it properly, it's really safe. And then my suggestion when you're doing dry fasting is when you feel like you've reached a limit, don't push through it. Just go ahead and slowly reintroduce water because dry fasting, it's a little bit more powerful. You have to be a little bit more careful. But
Yeah.
other than that, it's great. I mean, check it out. I saw a lot of interesting things with dry fasting as well as juice fasting. Juice
Oh,
fasting gives you a unique experience as well.
I haven't tried the juice fasting yet, but like you always said, just listen to your body. I listen to my body. If I feel like, I'm fasting too long, I really need to put something in my system, I just do it. And then I start over. I just listen to my body.
Yeah. You can always start over.
Yes.
So all right. Well, it has been a pleasure speaking to you. I really enjoyed this, and I really appreciate the insight that you gave even me. It's one of the things that I enjoy with talking to other people, seeing perspectives that maybe I just never seen before.
Yeah.
I'm about to start promoting that fasting cycle. I like that.
Okay.
So
Thank you, and I appreciate you too. Because, like I said, if it wasn't for you, I would still be struggling today. So thank you for everything you've done.
my pleasure. All right, everybody. So if you enjoyed that video, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button. If you want to see more videos like this, don't forget to subscribe. And as always, the application of knowledge is power. And I will see you guys next time.